Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. That's fielded in the end zone. Shifts by him. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180!
Put him on the punches. Let's put that team on the punch.
He's coming, he's coming. White. Watch the safety creep.
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
21. Go ahead.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And his first pass is incomplete.
Garoppolo's pass incomplete on the throwaway. It's now 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. 16 yards, a first down.
To Marquise Goodwin. A gain of 16 yards. First down, 49.
Here we go. 180!
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. You talk about explosion plays. There's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Come on, let's go.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Hey, you got 3 down? Max Fox! Right, he's crashing. He's checking crash. Hey, alert 3.
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Second and 9 now from the 21.
Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe.
Hopper.
Breathe, defense.
Check 24. Check 24.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. That's complete to John Ross. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards, a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. Airing one out for Boyd. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Trying to lay one up deep, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
At their own 18-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And, you know, they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
A big play there for the Niners. 47 yards on the ground. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Touchdown, 49ers! Jerick McKinnon, his first touchdown of the new season, and the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Now it's Mixon running right. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Check pass. Check pass. Delta. He's checking. Crash.
3rd and short yardage. Bridgewater. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A tale of 2 extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Check. Tighten up. Switch.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal.
Out. 2. Chopper.
On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no. Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Check 83, ball going to 83. I got to shoot this up. We got 3.
Bridgewater now. He sets to fire deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
Here we go. Black 80!
Watch the block, motion, block.
12, fellas, here we go.
Check 3. Check. 50 seconds.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Here we go. 180!
I'm here all day. Shit. Hey.
65. 21.
Check 13.
Check.
Block!
Jim. Watch out. Watch
6-6. Pull it high.
You got tight right there. Wide, get wide.
They'll run on first down. Coleman. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. Past the 20. 10, touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman with his second touchdown here in this first half. Here the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
Take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Joe Mixon, and this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Yeah, they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I get the thought process. 3rd and short, give it to the fullback, let him bulldoze his way. But that means you're counting on your offensive line to win the line of scrimmage, aren't you?
Yeah, and there was just a mass of bodies there at the line. Looked like more defenders than offensive guys. Winds up losing yardage. On the return is Pettis. Yards on the return that time. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now McKinnon. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. The 40. The 20. 10. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jerick McKinnon. 82 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. Going deep downfield for Ross. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now the Bengals on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 16. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now the Bengals on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 16. Now Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here comes Pettis on the return. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
At their own 46-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now you're coming back out.
Now a loose football. Coleman lost it. And the Bengals grab it. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback in the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. Give them 17 and a Cincinnati first down. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. On the right side, caught by Green. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
3 down, 3 down. Hey.
This is Mixon. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Here's Bridgewater. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Throwaway and incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown.
Keep getting those touchdowns.
That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast, they get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
Gold with the extra point. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Mixon. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Bridgewater. He's got his man, Boyd. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Play action now. Bridgewater. And his throw's going to be incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
This has been a really nice day for the defense. They've made it so difficult to find open receivers because they're able to squeeze the passing lanes down. A lot of what they're doing is communicating. Receivers in one area, receivers in another area. They're almost what they call passing them off from one defender to the next, even in zone defenses, and making it very hard to find an open spot for the quarterback to deliver the ball.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing, Bridgewater. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Maurice Hurst with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They're indeed going for it. Bridgewater. And this is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the 2nd half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? You want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
Play action. Garoppolo. And he rifles one incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity.
And now off off to the races down the right side. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his third touchdown of the season, all coming in this game as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go. Here we go.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Strong right, strong right, strong right.
Throwing is Bridgewater. And that one almost enters.
It's now third down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, Bridgewater. And Eifert has it. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 38-yard line. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10.
Bang, 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 bang. Anyway, shit. Hayward.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Boyd. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Niners' 22-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Three down.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Bridgewater flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down. Go. Whip. Watch the whip.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And Bullock will put this one through, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now this throw caught left side and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people are thinking about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Back. 11. Crunch. He's coming. 1, Omaha. We got double up.
On first down now, run with McKinnon.
Check 50.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Check it out, Reed. Big Ed.
49, check 49.
On first down, it's Coleman. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
16 yards, a first down.
A gain of 16
Here we go.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
25, check 25, check 25.
Nick.
He's checking.
Clock.
31, check 31.
65.
Sponge. No.
Here's Coleman on the toss. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Things are rocking easy here in the 4th quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt. And here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2. And that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. The Bengals drive about to get going. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Mixon with it. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
To throw is Bridgewater. D. Ford picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Bridgewater to throw for it on 4th. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Great solid coverage there by the All-Pro Richard Sherman, able to get a hand in. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
They'll run on 1st down. Coleman. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They will run again with Coleman. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover.
A lot of people call the toss a probing play, to see what they can get against the defense, to see how they adjust and react. Their probing's working pretty well. That was a very nice run.
Here we go, here we go. Black 80!
And they will take a knee here.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 4th down. Today's final score.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Niners, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.